Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to be doing example problems for formula writing. The example problems I'm going to be doing are from the mixed review worksheet. It was the last worksheet in the packet 3.3. I'm going to do the first 18 problems in that worksheet. So if you're having trouble writing the formulas, I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, so let's go through these. Our first is ammonium sulfide. Ammonium is one of our polyatomic ions. Its formula is NH4+. Sulfide is different from sulfate. Sulfide is an S-2 ion. That -2 comes from sulfur's location on the periodic table. It's 2 away from the noble gases, so it's S-2. Then the formula for this, we can use our crisscross rule, will be NH4 2S. Okay, that is ammonium sulfide. Sodium nitrate, Na plus for sodium, NO3 minus for nitrate. These both have a charge of 1, so my compound is then sodium nitrate, NaNO3. Okay. When I crisscross, I get 1s for both the subscripts, so NaNO3. Notice there's no parentheses on this nitrate because there's only one of them, unlike the ammonium up in the previous example. Copper 1 bromide. Remember, our Roman numeral on the copper tells us the charge of the copper. It doesn't necessarily tell us the subscript. So copper 1 has a charge of +1. Bromide has a charge of -1, always. In this case, my substance will be CuBr. They both have a charge of +1 and -1. So those charges cancel, and we'll end up with CuBr. Aluminum sulfate. Aluminum is in the third group of the periodic table, so it's +3. Sulfate, you should memorize, it's SO4 -2. It's a very common ion. It comes up a lot in chemistry. When I crisscross, I end up with a 3 on the sulfate and a 2 on the aluminum. Al2, SO4, parentheses, 3. Okay. All right, moving down the list. Potassium nitrate. Potassium is +1, nitrate is NO3-, so it's going to be KNO3. Iron 3 carbonate. Again, the 3 is the charge on the iron. The iron is +3. Carbonate, we should memorize, it's always CO3 -2. When I crisscross here, I'm going to end up with a 2 on the iron and a 3 on the carbonate. So parentheses around that carbonate, and then a 3 there. Okay, that's iron 3 carbonate, which would have a different formula, by the way, than iron 2 carbonate, which is why we need those Roman numerals. Moving right along, lead 2 phosphate, that's Pb for lead, +2. Phosphate, PO4, 3-. Crisscross again, I'm going to get Pb3, 3, PO4, 2. Okay, that's lead 2 phosphate, excuse me. Sodium chloride, that one's NaCl, Na +1, Cl- gives us sodium chloride. Copper 2 hydroxide, +2 for the copper. Hydroxide is OH-. And here, when I crisscross, I'm going to get Cu, parentheses, OH2. Notice that I have a 1 subscript on the copper, even though the charge is 2. So I'll point out once again, Roman numerals are the charge on the copper. The way we get the subscript is by crisscrossing. The Roman numeral 2 is not the subscript on the copper. Calcium fluoride. Calcium's +2. Fluorine is -1. That's going to be CaF2. Nickel nitrate. Let's see, nickel is +2 in this case. That's what my Roman numeral tells me. Nitrate is NO3 -1. So this will be nickel and then NO3 2, right? After I crisscross. Silver acetate. Silver is a transition metal, but silver always has the same charge. Silver is always +1. The other transition metal that you had to memorize the charge of was zinc. That's +2. But here we're working with silver, which is +1. Acetate, you should know, is C2H3O2-. So then silver acetate would be AgC2H 3. Oh, alright, that's silver acetate. Alright, almost done here. Last slide. Ammonium sulfate. NH4 plus for ammonium, SO4 minus 2 for sulfate. When I crisscross here, I'm going to get NH4, 2, sulfate. Zinc sulfide, I mentioned already. Zinc is always plus 2, even though it's a transition metal. Sulfide is different from sulfate. Sulfide is S minus 2. So here I'm going to get ZnS, right? Don't tell me that this is Zn2S2. These charges already cancel. Our ionic formula is a reduced ratio. So if you're going to crisscross, make sure you cancel it out so that the ratio is reduced. Tin 2 chloride. Tin is Sn. And that is going to be plus 2, so Cl2. Iron 3 chloride is FeCl3. Silver bromide will be AgBr, silver is plus 1. Magnesium hydroxide is going to be Mg, hydroxide is minus 1, magnesium is plus 2, so MgOH2. Alright, if you were having trouble with these, I hope this video helped. There's some other videos on the Schoology page that are also really helpful, so hopefully this helped.